They came from the void, towering ships blotting out the sun aliens who called us primitives ants under their boot. Our cities burned, billions fell, but in the ashes of Earth, one truth burned brighter. Humans don't just survive. We adapt, we fight, dirty, and tonight we make them pay. If stories of underdogs flipping the script on cosmic bullies get your blood pumping, smash that subscribe button now. Stick around. If you'd like to share your story with our channel, please send it via the email link in the description. You won't believe how we turned their nightmare tech against them. I remember the day the Zorathians hit New York like it was yesterday. Not the screams, those blurred into white noise after the first week. No. It was the silence after. The kind that settles in your bones when the sky turns black with their shadow fleets, Jax Harlan ex-Marine. Now just a ghost in the ruins leading a ragtag crew of survivors holed up in the subway tunnels, under Manhattan. We had maybe 50 souls left. Engineers, hackers, a couple docs, and my little sister Lena, who was barely 18 when the world ended. The Zorathians weren't your slimy tentacle monsters from old flicks. Nah, they were elegant nightmares. Tall, iridescent-skinned overlords with tech that bent reality. Their ships phased through atmospheres like ghosts, weapons that unraveled atoms. They broadcasted their mercy across every frequency. Surrender, primates. Join the collective or dissolve into... Stardust. Billions bought it. Joined became husks, wired into their hive mind. But not us. Not down here in the dark where the air tasted like rust and regret. We'd been scavenging for weeks, dodging patrol drones that hummed like angry hornets. Lena patched me up after a close call. Shrapnel from a collapsed overpass. Her hands shook. But her eyes? Steel jacks, we can't keep running. They've got the whole eastern seaboard locked down. I nodded, but inside doubt gnawed like a rat. What could we do against? Gods? That's when we found it buried under the old transit museum. A Zorathian probe crashed during their first wave, half-melted but intact. Mira, our lead hacker, lit up like Christmas. This baby's their comms relay if we crack it. Her voice trailed off. But we all knew a backdoor into their network, a virus, our Hail Mary. But here's the hook that kept me up nights. To upload the code, someone had to plug in direct, neural link, one-way trip into their hive. The user? Mind shredded, body puppeted. Suicide mission straight up. Mira volunteered first, but Lena. God. Lena pulled me aside. Bro, you've got the combat sims in your head from the core. You know their patterns better. Let me do the tech side. I shut her down hard. Family first. Always, we spent days prepping. Mira reverse-engineered the probe, weaving human code into their quantum lattice. It wasn't elegant. Sloppy, full of Easter eggs from 80s games and punk rock anthems, but that's us, chaotic, unpredictable. The aliens? They thrived on order-perfect symmetry in their fleets. Our glitch? It spread like wildfire, rewriting their shields to fry from the inside. Night of the Op rain hammered the surface like it was mourning us. We surfaced through a manhole in Times Square. Ironic, right? The billboards were dark craters where tourists used to snap selfies. Zorathian sentries patrolled, 8-foot sentinels with energy lances that could vaporize steel. My team, 10 strong, fanned out quiet as church mice. I took point pulse. Rifle humming low. Lena flanked me, her custom drone buzzing soft at her wrist. What if this was real? I whispered to her, half joking to cut the fear. What if one glitch turns the tide? She smirked. Then we'd be legends, Jacks. Or ghosts. We hit the relay. Tower fast. It loomed like a crystal spire pulsing with that eerie blue glow. Guards everywhere. One wrong move. Boom! My rifle barked, suppressed rounds dropping the first sentry. Chaos erupted. Lances fired wild carving gouges in the concrete we fought, like demons. Mira tossing EMP grenades that made their shields flicker. Doc Ramirez dragging a wounded kid back under cover. I dove for the access panel, prying it open with a crowbar slick from rain and blood, wires like veins humming with alien. Powerlina jacked in her tablet. "Uploading now! Hold 'em off!" But then, the screech. A Zorathian commander dropped from the tower's apex cloaking field, shimmering off taller than the rest eyes, like black voids it didn't attack. It spoke voice booming in our heads. "Primitives, your resistance amuses. Why cling to flesh when unity awaits?" I fired, bolts glancing off its personal shield. It laughed a psychic ripple that made my teeth ache. "Fool your kind scatters like dust," visions flooded. Our fleet. In tatters, Lena's face twisted in surrender. It was probing breaking us mentally. That's when Lena stepped forward. "Because we're not dust, you shiny freak, we're the storm." Her drone launched. Kamikaze style, packed with our prototype nanobombs, it burrowed into the commander's armor, detonating in a flash of white-hot fury. The thing howled, shield cracking like glass. I rushed it knife out, plunging into the gap. Iridescent blood sprayed hot as lava. It thrashed, lashing me across the chest, ribs cracking. Like dry twigs down, I went, world spinning. Lena screamed my name, dragging me back as the upload hit 80%. But the sentries closed in, bullets flew bodies, hit the wet pavement. Mira went down, shielding Ramirez. Her last words a curse that make a sailor. Blush. "Go big or go home, bastards." Upload at 99%. Alarms wailed, reinforcements inbound, a shadow fleet blotting the storm clouds, Lena's face over mine, tears mixing with rain jacks its family. "We finish this." She yanked the neural cord from her pack, eyes locking mine together. No hell, no, I snatched it, jamming it into my temple port. The old core implant buzzing to life. Pain exploded like fire in my veins. Their hive hit me like a tidal wave. Endless voices, cold calculations, the weight of a galaxy's order crushing my skull, intruder purge. But I pushed back. Flashed memories. Not strategies, but us moms laugh at Thanksgiving. Lena's first bike crash me carrying her home. The backyard barbecues where Dad preached humans improvise, kid that's. Our edge, I flooded their net with it. Raw, messy emotion. Viruses rode the wave, code that didn't just corrupt, it infected with doubt. Why conquer? What if chaos wins? From the alien POV, yeah, I saw it. Their admirals in the void, crystalline thrones. Cracking under the assault, impossible. The primitives feel? Panic rippled through the collective shields, inverted on a dozen cruisers, hulls blooming into fireballs, drones turned on masters, lances carving through ranks. Back in the square, the tower shuddered. Lena hauled me up as the upload hit 100%. It's working! But the commander, wounded raging, lunged. Its lance pierced her shoulder, pinning her to the wall. She gasped, blood bubbling. "Jax, run, never." I grabbed her drones, remote overclocking. The swarm. Hundreds launched from our hideout, a buzzing horde of steel wasps. They swarmed the beast, burrowing, exploding. It convulsed, psychic screams shattering windows for blocks. The choice I made, it haunts me still. I could have pulled Lena free, abandoned. The tower. But family? It's not just blood, it's the fire that says, "Not today." I yanked the lance free, cradling her as the fleet above fractured. Cruisers plummeted, carving fiery scars across the skyline. "What if this was real?" I murmured to her, fading. Eyes, what if one brother's rage saves a world? She smiled, weak. "Then you're the badass hero." Jax, the payoff hit like thunder. Their flagship, the Eternal Accord, hung above like a dying god, engines whining as our virus rewrote its core. From inside their hive, I felt their reversal. Admirals clawing at controls, unity fracturing into screams. The humans they burn with madness. Unpredictable. I triggered the kill switch. A human twist, not brute force, buried in the code. A feedback loop pulling. Their own phase tech against them. The ship imploded. Reality folding like origami gone wrong. A black hole wink, sucking in escorts. debris raining like judgment. Sentries around us froze lances dropping as the collective stuttered. We mopped up the stragglers. My team bloodied but unbroken, turning alien weapons on their makers. Lena squeezed my hand, whispering, "We did it. Epic? Hell yeah, earned?" In every scar, every tear, humanity didn't overpower them with ships. We outwitted with heart. The one thing their perfect order couldn't compute. In the end, it's not our guns or gadgets that scare the stars. It's our resilience, the way we turn loss into legend, chaos into clutch moves. Aliens build empires on logic. But we're the spark that ignites the void. What makes us unbreakable? Our stories. Our stubborn refusal to kneel. Do you think humanity's real weapon is our creativity, or that beautiful, terrifying madness we call hope? That was humanity's greatest clash against the stars, but trust me, the void's got more coming. If Jack's Defiance fired you up, subscribe for more HFY epics where underdogs rule the galaxy. Drop in the comments, could you hack an alien hive to save your family, or what's Earth's ultimate wild card? Like, share, and let's keep the fight alive.